So, The Green Inferno came out in 2013 and it was directed by Eli Roth. And it basically serves as the spiritual successor to the most notorious horror movie, in my opinion, Cannibal Holocaust, which I have reviewed on this channel. So if you'd like to check it out, you know, I go really in depth about the whole movie and the behind the scenes. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. Now, The Green Inferno, keep in mind, I saw Cannibal Holocaust before I seen this movie. So I've already seen worse. So when I came into this, I was like, there's nothing that's gonna fucking nothing that's gonna fuck me up as much as anything in that movie. So yeah. So I'll talk about what I do like about this movie, right? I like how in the beginning of this movie, and by the way, there will be spoilers towards the end because I have got to talk about that ending because I have some strong opinions on it. So if you'd rather not be spoiled, go watch the movie, come back, and resume. And yeah. So what I do like about this movie is the beginning of it. I do like how it it shows you what we take for granted in life. It shows all of the things that the privileges. Like for example, there's a scene glorified of a guy eating steak, well cooked, red wine with it, dressed in a full suit, nice view out the window, things like that. So it's really cool that it shows that, and it's basically like comparing two worlds. Like this is the world, we have, and we take advantage of it. We moan about the little things, and and then later on, as the movie progresses, and they end up on the island, and in the situation they end up in, you genuinely see that, and you're like, yeah, I mean, dude, So I thought that was really clever of them to do. And I love the practical effects. I say it all the time in this channel that I will always want practical effects over CGI any day. I mean, literally. I can only imagine what this movie would be like if it was just full of CGI. It would be god awful. But fair play to them. Fair play. They did a lot of practical effects, and it looks really good. It genuinely looks good. Like there's a scene where a guy is just getting hacked to bits while he's alive, and the practical effects are so good that it makes the scene effective because of that. And I'm already kind of running out of good things to talk about. I did like the scene, again, maybe spoilers, but I have to talk about these things. Like where the girl runs off to try and get the boat, and then we find out later that she didn't actually reach it because they figure out that she has a tattoo on her, and they realize that there's a cup or something and has her tattoo on it, and it's I did enjoy that scene. I thought it was actually it was very well. They did a good job of that. Everyone, whatever happened to her? Oh shit, that's what happened. Okay, so they did a good job sort of just throwing that in. So I thought that was fun. Then of course you have the, I guess it was done for shock factor, where the girl, takes her own life or whatever and stuff. Sounded pretty honest, didn't it? She took her own life and stuff. So that's not how I was supposed to say that. It's not how it's meant to come out. But overall, the pacing of the movie, building up to it, does an okay job. For me, what lets it down and what I didn't enjoy about it, and the more it happened, the more I was starting to roll my eyes and, oh god, was the out of place comedy. For me, this seems like a movie that if you're going to put comedy in it, it would have to be very subtle. But this movie pretty much goes all the way. Like it, I even asked myself midway through this movie, is this a horror movie or a comedy? Well, that's how much comedy they put in, and it's not just comedy. They put it in the movie at the most random of times, where you'd be like, in that situation, you would not be cracking jokes or doing silly hand finger gestures while you're about to get eaten. Yes, there's a scene like where after they've watched their friend get hacked to shit, his name was Jonah. No, no, not that one. Only gamers are going to get that reference. I'm interested to see who gets it. But like they watched him get hacked alive, and then there's a scene where there's like two cannibals standing over one of the other guys that was in the big cage, and instead of screaming and genuinely being fearful, especially knowing what's going to happen to you because you saw your friend go through it, he decides to like pull silly faces and like do like these really weird hand gestures to try and make them laugh. Just like realistically, you would not do that in that situation. So that sort of took me out. I was like, and then they killed him anyway, so it was all pointless. So that was pretty bad. There's a scene where a girl, she has the shits and she goes into a corner in the cage that they're all in and does the business, and everyone's like, oh my god, like you haven't seen fucking worse. You just saw a guy get hacked to bits. That's nothing compared to that, am I right? And then you get the one that really made me roll my eyes, and this was the part I was far from taking this movie serious, even after this one scene. But there's a scene randomly, they're all in the cage, trying to figure out how they're gonna get out, how they're going to escape, maybe through the roof, because they're all watching, they all have their darts and everything. And there's a guy that just randomly, out of the blue, starts to basically masturbate. And it's so out of place. It's so. And they try and throw out like a bit of comedy, like while he's doing that. He's like, it's great at relieving stress, and stress isn't good for you. And it's like, I rolled my eye. I didn't even laugh. I didn't even chuckle. I didn't even smile. I was just rolling my eyes like, what the fuck is it? Why? It's it was bad. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't funny. It's just stupid. It was dumb. And like I said, this movie is way more tamer compared to Cannibal Holocaust. And that's not just because of all of the behind the scenes, all of the notorious stuff with that movie, all of the animal cruelty and all of that. They could have done stuff like that in this movie, not with real animals, but with like practical, like get a fake, I don't know, monkey or something, get a dummy or something and do some practical effects. I don't know. But, there was nothing. It was just so tame. and I didn't really enjoy it. In fact, I found it quite boring. If I'm going to be honest, I found it really a little bit bland. And I should say, I just want to go back there really quick. I'm not saying using live animals like they did in the in the original movie. I'm saying get fake animals, pretend like dummies. That's what I just wanted to say that just in case I didn't make that clear. Otherwise, whenever I finish this and I upload it, I'll be thinking, did I say that? Did I? Are they going to think? No. I just want to put that out there. No, not live animals, fake animals. And use practical effects with them. That's what I meant. But yeah, anyway, I've cleared that up. But even the ending of this movie, like, yes, I'm going to talk about the ending now, so you've been warned. But this movie ends, like, there's a scene where, like, they're painting her, and it's not like I even would have found the scene in Thanksgiving way more gnarly than this one. Like, where he's basing the girl, like, before he puts her in the cooker. That's genuinely terrifying. I get it, you don't have a cooker in the tribe, but, they could have put her on the fire and, done the, like a pig or a hog. That thing they turn around. I can't fucking remember what it's called. What's it called? I don't know. But let me know in the comments. What is that called? Is it a hog roast? Something like that, maybe. But apologize for not knowing that. But how it ends, they're painting her like the color of a tribe. So, she's in all painted white, like red eyes. I mean, you see it. You type this movie in, it's probably one of like the first pictures that pops up, And she's the only one that kind of escapes. And the army come with all their guns, and she's there. She gets a phone, and she has it up, pretending that she's recording them. She's like, I'm recording you. I'm recording you. Don't shoot. I'm recording you. And they eventually just take her, and then she escapes, and then she goes back home, and they ask, was the tribe bad? Were they hostile? And she says, no. I get that. That was their territory. That's their home. However, how I think it should have ended, I think she should have came out, maybe had the phone to try that. Personally, I think because she was painted just like the tribe, she's painted just like them, I think a great ending and a good shock for the audience should have been them shooting her dead. That's what I think should have happened. Then you would have like, holy shit, they killed her. Oh fuck. For me, that would have made so much more sense. I get they had to have her survive so she can protect the tribe. I get all that. I just didn't like it. I thought the ending was too safe, far too safe, and I feel that they should have went a good bit further with that. They could have went further, taken the Night of the Living Dead approach. The original. The guy comes out with the gun and they shoot him, thinking that he's a zombie. That was shocking. That was genuinely shocking. And maybe have like a little tribute to that, like we're like carrying all the, all the bodies, including her. There's so much you could have done with that. That would have been so much more shocking and more gnarlier to the audience. It felt too safe for me, but that's my opinion anyway. And I did like there was a reference to cannibal holocaust in this movie, and it was very on the nose, where there's like bodies like on poles, like the iconic poster from Cannibal Holocaust, where it's like the body and there's like the pole, and they're like on it, and it's like keeping them up. There's two bodies like that in this movie, which is pretty cool little reference, like little Easter egg. So I appreciated that. I thought that was really cool. But overall, guys, it was a little too tame for me. The comedy, out of place comedy, multiple times in this movie, kind of ruined it for me. I mean, there was even a lady at the start of it that was jealous of the main character for no reason, and it felt really forced. It was just more annoying than anything. But yeah, too tame. And if I were to score it out of 10, it would probably be 6 out of 10, maybe. I mean, I may watch it again in the future, but you know, I wouldn't be in a hurry. But yeah, there's not much else to really say about it. But great practical effects. I can praise that enough. At least they done that right. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I wholeheartedly appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. And as always, don't kill anybody.